They're 3-0 in the Tuck and 0-3 on the road in conference play. They still have 2 or 3 passes left in them with no panic. Good look inside. Cameron Corhen gets the Seminoles on the board.
You're going to get the matchup that you want. You just have to isolate that matchup once you get the switch.
Caleb Mills. Corhen. He's got 4 early points.
Just make a knee-jerk move, actually reads the defender, sees their space, opens up into a really good hook, and then a basket cut. Imagine that.
Kihei Clark with the left-handed finish. Catch and shoot, Darren Green. He was out early this morning doing just that. He's got a sweet stroke.
That is what he does.
Well, there are NBA scouts in the building, primarily to see Baba Miller of Florida State, but he is not going to play because of tonsillitis today. Vander Plas lets fly, and he's got it. Armaan Franklin. Back-to-back triples for the Hoos.
And then once again, getting into the lane, being able to knock it down out.
Mills again trying to take advantage of his size. That time he's able to.
And having a player that can put the ball down on the ground and create plays not only for himself but other teammates, I think it's really critical for them to find ways to score easy.
Vander Plas stays hot.
Inside out, and then Vander Plas right here doing what he does. That mustache isn't the only thing that. So you think about now so far in the first half for the Hoos, they made threes. They made 3 threes, 3 or 4. So, and once again, another wide open look into a 3-point shot. Our stats guide today to track is points in transition off defense, because for Florida State, the way you have to open up the floor is by actually creating turnovers and getting steals, playing passing lanes. And I think that's where college basketball in this one-and-done era, this era with overtime elite, with the G League, they allow teams who are veteran teams who've been together through the gauntlet, through the trenches, to actually flourish.
The dunk by Naheem McLeod breaks the Virginia run. Who's with it up by 9. Vander Plas probing right down the lane. Nobody picks him up, and he finger rolls it in. Already 11 points.
Look at this. So Kihei Clark is allowed to make a pass on the perimeter with nothing distracting him.
Tough shot by Armaan Franklin.
Love the move, love the patience by Gardner.
Catch and shoot. Green. Got it. Nothing but net for number 22.
My representation always came down to a standard of just being the best I could be. And I felt if I could be the best I could be, then my knowledge and also cares about what the game of basketball can provide people from different socioeconomic backgrounds.
And that traces back to his parents. Benny Ruth, his mom, had a 7th grade education. She was a sharecropper.
But I'll tell you one thing, these are the principles that help you win at the game of life. And basketball seems like it's something that helps young men understand what they can be.
Ryan Dunn on 3rd effort, able to lay it in. Worley inside, Corhen out to the perimeter.
See, Worley's going to have to be the guy.
Cleveland.
Worley or Cleveland are going to have to be the guys to get into those gaps.
Now, Cleveland was the ACC 6th man of the year last year, and he has really taken a step this year. His usage is up, Jay, and his efficiency is up as well.
Hand down, man down. There's not a lot of wasted motion in his action. And
his defense, to me, is going to translate.
There you go.
Here goes Beekman. Got to step on Mills. Uses the window nicely.
I see it a little bit with Kihei Clark when he's on the court, when he gets into his bag defensively and when possessions are going. Hauser definitely has it over at Houston. But certain guys that when they're on the court, you know what time it is.
That was Beekman's first personal foul. No Virginia player, no Florida State player has more than 1 foul. There were only 6 combined turnovers in that first half, 3 for each side. Good looking move for Jalen Worley.
I mean, he's one of the few guys that can put the ball down on the ground, but him being aggressive and assertive, I think, is critical because he's one of the few guys that can actually get to the paint.
Kihei Clark with the crafty reverse. Worley trying to drive baseline on Franklin, spins back to the middle and missed the turnaround. Nicely done on the offensive glass by Mills.
He might be 5'10", but he is built. His upper body is built. So Mills doesn't have that size or that strength, even though he has the length over the top.
Well, the Cavaliers right now are in a logjam for second place in the loss column in the ACC. Good look and drive and finish with the left hand by Cam Corhen. Cam Corhen's dad played with Dominique Wilkin, Vern Fleming. A lot of talent in Athens, Georgia at that point. There's the quickness of Kihei Clark.
He can see which leg of the defender is up and drive the daggone ball. I don't want to see him settle. He's too talented of a player to settle.
Big rejection by Darren Green.
In that situation, that's a broken play. Right? So if there's nothing there in transition, don't force it. Pull it back out. Actually run a set.
Vander Plas turned down the three. Beekman wide open from the wing.
What patience. Or a trap, and that's what led to the bucket by Beekman.
Right to the bucket one more time. Kihei Clark sized up his defender, Chandler Jackson.
Let's get into a set. I'm going to get the person the ball at the right time so they don't have to think and they can react and be aggressive.
Ooh, Caleb Mills. He says he's number one. Of course, he's got the national championship, and he made the biggest pass, the biggest play in program history. And you know the role that you talk about, Jay, that he has grown into, that vocal leader. Again, he's seen it all, done it all.
And if Kihei Clark is on the floor, yes, he's a floor general. He's super dynamic. But whoever he's guarding, you take him right to the block. And that's exactly what Jackson did in that last play for Florida State. Exactly.
That's great.
Details matter.
Interesting.
I mean, we're both married. We know this.
So now we've taken that step.
Wide open looks. I mean, McNeely right there in that last play is a wide open look. And look, that's what I'm talking about. Digging down from the weak side. And that's what you teach your players. That's why UVA is so good defensively. When you drive, they're stunting in those gaps. That leads to great offensive possessions.
Corhen. Nice looking stroke. The young man putting together. MJ's better than LeBron because he has 6 championships, and LeBron is not.
Robert Horry has 9, 10 championships.
At least.
So does that make him? There you go.
Darren Green with another 3 ball. They're down 11 one more time. Here goes Clark to work right by Worley. Collapse the defense, find an open teammate, and get another 3 ball. And now after the missed 3, as always, Virginia not in a hurry. Clark inside. Boy, you'll hurry to that if somebody's that wide open. Vander Plas with the easiest points he'll have today. For too much longer, but the bench woes, the lack of depth is a very real thing for the Noles this year.
You have Cameron Fletcher, who's a 6'7", versatile, big.
But coach says he is a very mature young man, as mature as he has had. Ryan Dunn with 9 points off the bench. No, he was a boxer back in the 70s.
When I wasn't born yet?
Oh, come on. We just saw the video of you in standard depth. It was basically black and white.
40's a new 30.
Corhen.
Nice.
Franklin turned the corner, laid it in off the window for 2 more. He's put together a very nice ball game here today. But it's all coming together this year.
But see, when the principles are you don't want to allow middle drives.
Well, there are 9 Cavaliers currently in the NBA, 8 current former Seminoles currently in the NBA.
Good win for UVA on the road, set the pace within the ACC. Florida State, a learning opportunity. And a lot of people are angry because 9 in the hook all of a sudden became 9.